G'day guys and girls, and welcome back to our little channel, Goodies Beer Reviews. Very cool evening here on the north coast of New South Wales, and I tell you what, it's been a I've had a good day. As I usually say, I'm tired, probably because I'm getting old and I get worn out. But it's been just a day where I've got a bit done, and I've even had a bit of fun. And that's the main thing, to having a good day. You're tired from doing something that you've enjoyed, and you've come home and you can crack a nice cold beer. And I'm going to have one with you. Oh, what a professional introduction. Look, I got this from, I think it was Liquorland, and it came in, don't quote me, no, hang on a sec, I lie. I'll withdraw that. It is Dan Murphy's, Uncle Dan's had this, and it did come in a 6-pack, I think, which I was shocked. It's funny because the guy said they originally came at $46 for a 6-pack. And they actually charged a few people for that. And I said, how much is it? And he goes, I think it was 22 or 24 for a 6-pack, which is still a rip-off for a beer. But then I looked at the label and it's Mountain Goat. I mean, you're going, who's going to pay $41 for a 6-pack of Mountain Goat? God, you have to be a goat. This is new from Mountain Goat. Asahi Breweries own it. It's called their Yagi, Y-A-G-I, Yagi Pale Ale, coming in a 375ml can, which is what we love here on the channel. If it's good. It's got your standard warnings on the back. This comes in at 1.5, standard is 1.5, which would be about 5%, wouldn't it? 1.5, trying to find the ABV. Well, there we go, on the back of the can. Yeah. Back of the can there, hidden 5% ABV. I mean, it's pretty small. Anyway, small writing, you know what I mean. It's a pretty boring can, to be honest. I don't know. I'm excited because it's new, and Mountain Goat can be hit and miss. I'll tell you, they can be very miss and hit. Ooh, 2-stage crack on that can. A nice hiss and crack with some smoke arising. Yeah. Geez, I really stuffed up the crack. Usually I'm good on the crack. Some of them are so loud. Especially when you're in an apartment block somewhere, you hear this. Pale ale. Who doesn't love a pale ale? And 5% ABV for Mountain Goat. Well, yeah, you're not ripping us off with the ABV, I suppose. Good-looking beer. A little bit cloudy. Nice. You know what's surprising? The head. I don't really give a shit about beers with big heads and stuff like that. I really don't. I mean, if you pour me a beer that's 3/4 head, well, I'm not going to drink it probably, but look, head retention, if you're real full on about it, I understand head retention, the lacing of the glass, does it match the fucking colour? Who cares? Cheers, everyone. Let's have a sniff. Pale ale I'm just going to say it's a pale ale from Mountain Goat. Actually, it smells quite, it smells quite nice for a pale ale. Look, it's not your big jaw-dropping, wow, that's Behemoth or Chur or New Zealand, some of these New Zealand fruit, gorgeous smell. But the sniff's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's have a go. Mountain Goat Yagi Pale Ale. Cheers, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Very carbonated. You know what? I'm not going to fib. Lie. Tell a porky. The mouthfeel's quite medium. It tastes, if you didn't know Mountain Goat were brewing this, or a big brewery, that's actually quite a nice pale ale. It is nowhere near the quality of some of the microbreweries, because if you had 6 cans, you'd have to charge $7-8 a can. I mean, for real good quality stuff, and you're looking at, they would be $40-something a 6-pack. Pardon me. Unless you get a carton of, sometimes. Like with the Hop Nation in Melbourne, I bought a carton or two from them because I fell in love with the hazy fog. Low ABV, 4.5, but the taste that came out of that was just phenomenal. It was amazing. I bought a carton. And, oh God, it was good. But this is it's a pale ale. I'm not angry with it. It's safe. It's quite nice. Medium mouthfeel. It tastes like a pale ale. If you see a 6-pack of this or whatever it comes, as long as it's not $40-something, I wouldn't pay that. Buy it. Give it a run. I think, look, it's not up there with huge fruit. It's not up there like a big Nipa. But it's got a pretty solid ABV for a paley. Look, even call me basic in saying this. This is just a good Aussie paley. And that's what it is. Good Aussie paley. I had to get a pink slip for my older car today. They're pretty good down here. I drive it down and always ring ahead. Don't expect everyone to drop everything for me. And you squeeze me and goes, yeah, come down now. Got it done in an hour. In and out. And my car's in pretty good nick, you know. Like I try to. I don't do anything illegal. But, I'll tell you actually one thing which I will mention, which it pissed me off. And I heard it on the radio on 2GF. I think it's 2GF up here with Lawsy and a few other fellas. Oh, it's making me yarn. It's a nice paley. But look, I understand the right to protest. I understand the right to have your say. I get it. Okay? So don't say I'm... But you know what I am really pissed off with today, and you can hear it in my voice, is the Melbourne protests again about shit we have nothing to do with, so to speak. And I'll tell you why. When I say nothing to do with, you've got pictures of these young grommets that you can tell have been raised in they're not poor, and they've got their clothing, like they wear Chinese clothing. I mean, they're protesting that, but I think it was the Palestine. Look, forget what side you go for. It's not a fucking game. Everybody loses in a war. People die and children die and people lose their body parts. Generations have been killed fighting over this fucking piece of soil. I don't want to get angry about it. I don't want to get too many swears. But this is what gets me. So the first responders down there, whether it be ambulance, fire, police, the SES and all, you get fucking attacked. They're there to make sure that no laws that we live under here in Australia, which are pretty slack sometimes, but they can be strong, I'm not going to get into that debate. You generally don't get locked up unless you really stuff up in Australia. You go overseas and you litter in some places, or even in Japan, like they can hold you for, I think it's 2 weeks or something, without a warrant or without anything. So when you come here, you walk through our streets, you shit on our law enforcement, you shit on our ambulance people, you shit on people that are trying just to get to work and make a buck, and then you injure police and ambulance officers, and then you throw horse shit everywhere. I am so sorry, but I really think the Commissioner has to step up and go, these protests have to be banned now for the time being. They're protesting against violence, but they're causing and using violence, and they've got to target it on the police because it's the one thing in front of them that is involved with the government. Do you really think most of those guys and girls and all the first responders really don't care? They're going to work. They're earning money. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't go to work to earn money? Do you think... Imagine if you went to work today and you get a bag of human, piss and shit thrown on you, or horse shit, or, a few people smacked you in the face and called you really bad words, and you just got to go home and go back and do it again and again and again. And you think, I just saw some of the pictures of these young flogs, and it really got me riled up. How dare you put your discussion forward in such a violent manner? I don't get it. I agree if you want to protest. I agree with having your say. We're so lucky here. If you went to Palestine or you went to Russia and you protested like this, you'd be shot. Rant over. Isn't it true though? Damaging people's businesses and livelihoods. destructive behaviour and uncivil arrest I just don't like. And then when they get grabbed or get on the ground, they're the biggest sooks in the world. They're the biggest. And you know what the problem is? Just say the police say they charge, blanket charge. With some protest, they may do mass arrests and just charge. And you have to charge because they're continuing to commit the offence. So that's one of the probably things they take them back for. If you stop it, I'll leave you. If you don't stop it, I'll get to, you know. And they go to the magistrates, and even the courts are overwhelmed with the work, and they go, look, just give them all $100, $200 fine and let them go. Or, what's the point? What's the fucking point? That's why I think our laws in regards to that, we need to be Australia, mate. Australia is such a good country. I know, it's expensive, and I know. But, you know, even where I am here, and throughout my life growing up here, indigenous to this land, I am telling you right now, this is a good place. I was talking to one of the butchers today. God, I'm random. Anyway, go away if you don't like a yarn. I'll be another minute, then I'll go, because this beer is very, very... I'm glad I got a six-pack. Were things back better in the 70s and 80s? I said to the guy back in the 80s, most Australian men, women, they wanted to get married, have a couple of kids, have a house. And I'm going back to the 40s, 50s, 60s, the Australian dream. I want a 2-bedroom house, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. They didn't have units a lot. There weren't a lot of units. The apartments. Had a house, a couple of kids, maybe 1 or 2, and you'd raise them healthy and happy. And you'd go to work, and you'd work basically whatever you do, bring home money and enjoy it, and the government will support you and back you. If the government didn't support us and back us now with some things, there'd be big problems. So I'm not pro-government. I'm pro-government when it comes to work and stuff. I think government jobs are good. I think they're very good. Can give you such a, like the armed forces and things. I think some jobs are great. They're hard, but they're great because of the security. Anyways, I won't go on about employment and stuff. Love each other, take care of each other. I hope you had a bit of a yarn with me. But it just pissed me off, these protests that go there and cover their face and hurt people. But they're protesting against hurting people. It's like protesting against, you know, like big companies and organisations, and you're wearing Nike, eating Big Macs. Catch you in the next one.